for the 2008 general election. Republican President Jack.
Remember the infamous Wyoming incident where Wyoming's TV was hijacked by a mysterious figure in a Max Headroom mask? Well, turns out it was not the main reason why many people avoid the cowboy state. From its brutal winters and relentless wind to limited job opportunities, Wyoming's beauty is not for everyone. And in this video, we will go through some of the reasons why many people skip Wyoming when it comes to settling down. If you have paid attention in your geography class, you'll remember Wyoming as a rectangular-shaped state that somehow, despite its size, stood out to you. Perhaps because it was to draw. However, despite its charm, Wyoming is the least populated U.S. state. Sure, you can enjoy the independent spirit and personal space, but after a while, counting the people you see will be the only way to kill time. And while we are on the topic of population, Wyoming has 580,000 people, with Cheyenne, the state's capital, being the most populous city. The capital city has around 65,000 residents, the largest population in the whole state, followed by Casper with about 58,000 residents. Wyoming is also home to some breathtaking attractions such as Yellowstone National Park and Grand Teton National Park. However, it still fails to attract new residents each year for various reasons. Firstly, the state has a severe climate, which stands as a major drawback for many people. During the winter months, the temperature can drop as low as -40 degrees Fahrenheit in some areas, while shoveling snow just to get out of your main gate becomes an everyday task. Wyoming also experiences frequent snowstorms and blizzards, and the town of Jackson is well known for its heavy snowfall and brutal winters, which makes its residents endure a long commute even to the nearby store. Outdoor activities get limited due to snowstorms, and with fewer indoor entertainment options, people easily feel lonely and tired during the winter months. But then comes Wyoming's summer season. It's like jumping from a snow park to a sauna. To balance out the extreme winter, Wyoming's summer is like a blast furnace. If winters drop below zero in Wyoming, summer season temperatures rise above 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Thunderstorms are also common, especially in the summertime, and mostly the eastern part of the state experiences them along with heavy rainfall and strong gusts of wind. And although summer is the ideal time for the citizens to enjoy outdoor activities in Wyoming's lush greenery, the dry and warm climate can be a bit of a bother. Thus, the extreme weather condition is one of the major reasons why people hesitate to move to this cowboy state, as most find it difficult to live comfortably due to the climate duality. It's like Wyoming can't decide whether to cook or freeze us, so it does both. Another reason why Wyoming has such a small population, or it isn't that much of a hype, is because of its relatively small job market. The state's agricultural sector, mining, and tourism are the primary source of employment and economic growth, so people have limited options to choose from when it comes to job seeking, and many struggle to find work in their desired field. However, if someone's a farmer or rancher, Wyoming might be the ideal place to work for them, as agriculture is a vital industry. The state's tourism sector is also progressing by becoming one of the most significant industries in the whole nation, particularly in areas with national parks. Wyoming's national parks and monuments attract millions of tourists each year, creating job opportunities mainly in the food sector and hospitality. And to meet the growing demand for jobs in the tourism sector, Wyoming is making an effort to expand and improve its tourism infrastructure, such as transportation options and lodgings. However, there's also seasonal dependence on tourism, and it can sometimes become vulnerable to fluctuations in the economy and extreme weather, such as snowstorms or wildfires, which can impact the number of tourists visiting, employment levels, and income. Regardless of these challenges, Wyoming's tourism continues to be a strong economic force and a source of pride for its citizens. Wyoming's sparse population of 580,000 people can also be a major issue for many individuals, as sometimes they can feel isolated and lonely. With fewer inhabitants comes fewer options for entertainment, specifically for those who have a knack for indoor activities. I mean, don't get me wrong, Wyoming is a paradise for hikers, campers, or people who love hunting, but it doesn't have a significant number of other recreational activities such as concerts, sports events, and theaters. Many of these events may occur in larger cities, which gets tougher for Wyoming residents as they are often located far away. Not only that, but Wyoming is almost entirely rural, thus creating difficulties for its residents to access basic services and necessities. Normal life in Wyoming can feel like an adaptation of a post-apocalyptic movie where you have to hitchhike on a horse to go to the nearby grocery store or healthcare facility. But hey, at least there's a higher chance of befriending the horse than finding a human friend. Even if you are in the mood for ordering delivery, stop right there. You might be better off baking your own pizza because learning dough and kneading from scratch can be faster than getting pizza delivered from a nearby restaurant. And before your doorbell rings, your oven timer will go off. There's such a lack of business and service providers because they find operating in areas with such low population densities economically challenging. And don't even get me started on social isolation because finding a friend can feel like a task much harder than participating in Squid Games. So don't be surprised when you find yourself talking with the horse that took you on a hitchhiking trip. That doesn't mean you won't find some human interaction, but finding one who shares similar interests and hobbies can be tough. Therefore, if you are living in the middle of nowhere, time to take your animal friend on a ride to the nearby town in hopes of finding like-minded folks. Furthermore, Wyoming's lack of diversity is also a reason behind its less popularity and small population. In fact, in 2020, Wyoming was America's one of the least diverse states, with a majority of white residents along with a few ethnic minorities. This can make it difficult for people coming from diverse backgrounds to feel accepted and welcomed. And as the state has limited job opportunities, it may not appeal to people coming from different ethnicities or races, which can lead to the discouragement of moving to the cowboy state. Wyoming also lacks infrastructure as its low population density makes it challenging to develop and maintain structures, mainly schools, hospitals, and community centers whose purpose is to serve a diverse population. And with a lack of these infrastructures, settling in Wyoming can become tough for people coming from different cultural backgrounds. Another reason why Wyoming's population decreased rapidly is that the state is experiencing a huge exodus of young individuals who are leaving the state due to the scarcity of jobs, education, and other amenities. Young people are moving to big cities in search of better opportunities and a high quality of life, which results in an increase in elderly people, leading to a further lack of diversity. However, aside from these downsides, Wyoming is a beautiful state that has a lot to offer. It might not be appealing to city people, but those who love nature and calmness will definitely enjoy their stay in this cowboy state. Even most Wyomingites relish the feeling of isolation and the slow-paced life that tags along. Hope you enjoyed this video. What do you think of Wyoming and its challenges? Would you consider living here? Comment below and we will see you in our next video.